Yes! Hello, world! Your sisters are here, ready, open, and as fabulous as possible. These are your sweets, Makeda
and Melanie.
And you're now listening to Girl.
What?
So, and every episode begins with a drink of the day. So today, we are having
actually two drinks. One for me and one for them. We are having sparkling apple pomegranate cider. And yeah, seems tasty. Looks tasty. It's got a picture of pomegranate on the front.
Ooh.
I'm not going to tell you the brand because we don't promote brands, but that's the first drink of the day. And then the other one is...
The other one is for the adults.
I told y'all, for the holidays, this is what it is. Rum Shada. And it is real. It's made with real dairy cream, Caribbean rum, and vanilla bean, and natural flavors.
Yeah, it's a really delicious... It's like a Kahlua, if we had to describe it.
But better.
Yeah. So we, again, we did actually say the name, but we're not supporting the company, but it is a pretty good drink. So we just want
to we're not getting paid.
Yeah. We're not being endorsed by them or compensated, but we're open.
Yes, for sure.
So I know we weren't on last week again. I think I mentioned it earlier that we do apologize. We are working on, coming to you guys on a regular basis, at least once a week. Right now I'm in some transitions myself because I'm between here and Tampa. So some of our episodes will be, I guess, us doing it in two locations. And fortunately enough for us, we're both in the same spot today. Yeah. So yay. But let's just talk about a couple of current events. Not many. California has some wildfires that this year it's actually breaking records. I don't know if anyone has seen pictures, but it is a very scary sight. California is experiencing one of the worst years on record for wildfires. Residents of the Golden State found respite from a years-long drought when it officially ended in April. But as it turned out, some of the worst fires in California's history were just around the corner. California Fire Agency reports that more than twice as many acres in California has burned than compared to last year, with more than 6,700 fires burning over 500,000 acres from January 1st to December 3rd. That doesn't count the over 150,000 acres that's burned this week. In other news, Roy Moore is still campaigning. The election is only, is it Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday.
To replace Jeff Sessions. This is a Senate seat against Doug Jones and the pedophile. We're gonna go ahead and say that he's basically a pedophile. We're in a time where it's Me Too. We should be believing these women, and we're gonna believe when multiple women come out and says that there were alleged, sexual grievances made against them. So wanted to announce that. And despite all of these reports, we have the Republican Party has now officially jumped back on the bandwagon and have endorsed Roy Moore. And Donald Trump is now out campaigning. I think it was yesterday or Friday he was in Pensacola. So he wasn't in Alabama, but he was close enough, and the media markets kind of surround Alabama's market. And so he's out there, campaigning. But, his own allegations, I think people are starting to bring up those issues again because, 16 women came out and said Donald Trump sexually assaulted them. He's professed that he's actually done sexual assault via the tape, Access Live. I can't think. Anyway. Now, last week, or was it the week before Black Friday? Since we were not on last week, I just wanted to share this, that Black Friday pushed Jeff Bezos' net worth to $100 billion. $100 billion. So, I mean, I thought that was, pretty amazing. Wait, when was Black Friday? Like 2 weeks ago?
It was. Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. But why do I feel like I've already reported that? Anyway, other than that, in Florida's political news, we have now elected a new state chair for the Florida Democratic Party, Terry Rizzo, who's based out of Palm Beach. I am a member of the Miami-Dade Democratic Executive Committee, in which I was able to vote. And now they did it in a way where everyone's vote for Miami's Dade Democratic Party, it was public. So I have no problem sharing. I actually voted for Terry for, my reasons for voting. I don't need to share, but although the Miami party as a whole voted for Stacey Patel. But anyway, I believe that all of the candidates were qualified, and so it wasn't going to be a bad choice either way. But congratulations to Terry. On tomorrow, we are going to be voting for state committeeman with the Miami party, and I want everyone to be engaged and prepared because 2018 is going to be crazy. We have Al Franken, we had John Conyers, and we have a couple of Republicans that's had to resign. So there's going to be even more seats that needs to be filled, and we need to be vigilant. We have to pay attention to what's happening. And what I was thinking the other day, not to go off tangent, Melanie, whenever you want to jump in.
I'm letting you go.
Whenever you want to jump in. I want to express my thoughts on something. It just popped up today. I don't remember what show or newscast I was watching, but it just dawned on me how, we have, with well-respected, good politicians that unfortunately has done, some pretty bad things and they're having to resign, meaning Al Franken and John Conyers. The Democratic Party has kind of organized themselves now to just get rid of and force folks to resign. And I think the difference is between that and them still supporting Roy Moore, them still backing Donald Trump and other people in the party is that we, as Democrats, I'm speaking, are supporters and fighters for the little guy, in which when you look at it, we're the majority. The majority is the little guy. So we're fighting for the poor. We're fighting for the minorities. We're fighting for women's rights. And so that is also a demographic, or that is also what the Democratic Party kind of looks like a little bit. There's more women. Well, I mean, there is a significant amount of women and minorities that are representatives and elected officials in the Democratic Party. Whereas there's more men, white, older, wealthy men that are, basically the majority of the Republican Party. So when I thought about that, I was like, that is probably a big reason why they're not turning against those people that have been, that have alleged allegations against them, because it's men still supporting men. So I'm saying right now is that although I am not a Republican, I want to encourage more women, more minorities that are Republicans to run for office. Because I think the only way that you can change is by being inside of organizations and make changes. You can't do it from the outside. And with that also being said, it's my opinion. my opinion and my opinion alone, that the administration that we have right now needs more minorities, needs more women in the administration. Again, how can you make change if you're on the sidelines yelling at the TV screen expecting things to be different when you know all the folks that are on the inside is the same? Anyway, that's just some of my thoughts.
In Black news. I was just waiting for her to let it all out. In Black news, my opinion on what's going on is that they meaning white people or white men, and this is my opinion, they are on a mission to take over the United States of America. And based on what I've heard, Roy Moore, whatever his name is, he made the statement that his idea of making America great again and when we were the best was when slavery existed. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, in my opinion, I think these people, the lovely 45, who's not my president, and his comrades and the Good Old Boy Club are on a mission to take over the United States. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm watching Libya. And I'm watching what's happening in Libya. And when people start joking about slavery and making comments about slavery, mm-hmm. I take it very seriously. And yes, I agree, people, minorities and women should be more proactive in being involved in the political arena. However, this man who is the lovely 45, he has connections in all places. And to have gotten this far and done so many things that everybody is well aware of, and he's still sitting in office, he has a lot of connections.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's just he's getting away with whatever he wants to get away with. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to say I've tuned out, but I kind of know that there's only so much that I can control. So I did my part. I voted. And my vote, I'm not going to say it didn't count, but my vote didn't win. And so where I am right now in my life is focusing on the things that I can't control. The things I can control are being involved with our Black youth. The things I can't control are empowering one another, meaning African Americans, minorities, women, people who are trying to promote change and are not interested in going back to the 1940s, 50s, and 60s.
And before.
They're going to do what they want to do. And I think where we as a people, meaning African Americans, where we go wrong is that we divide. I think that's where we go wrong. And what I do want to commend and who I do want to commend is Atlanta, GA. And their new mayor who won. And yes, her name is Keisha. Keisha Lance Bottoms. And the reason why I say I want to commend Atlanta, and I guess I am kind of biased because that's where I was born and raised. Mm-hmm. But one thing I noticed about Atlanta, and I know it's just a small part of Georgia, is that Chocolate City represents in Atlanta. They stick together. I saw celebrities that live in the Atlanta area support this young lady, do promotions, do whatever they could to promote her.
Now, it's yes. Probably fair to say that there was quite a few candidates in the election. And I think early on, she wasn't even perceived as like a contender. Well, lo and behold, I think, again, when I say that women and minorities continues to push, I think she already knew that things were stacked up against her. And what she did, she worked. she organized, she mobilized, and she got a surprising victory, to go into a runoff. And so kudos to Mayor-elect of Atlanta, Lance Bottoms, kudos,
Yeah.
hard work does pay off. I want to see more of that heading into 2018. I want to see, even if you're non-Black, but I want officials that support Black causes and help build up our community. We have to have allies, not just that are the same, but are also outside of our groups, because that's the only way that we're going to move forward. And so that was awesome. And so, and
on that note,
on that
Tuesday night in Black News, Escape was in town.
Yes, they were.
And I was there, and it was a reunion, and it was awesome. And they were very happy that Keisha won, because that, she's in their hometown, because a lot of them reside in Atlanta. But it was a beautiful thing. The concert took place at the AAA. And I must say, it was a packed house, but it was a lot of beautiful Black women in the building representing.
Go.
And it was a beautiful sight to see. I went for nostalgia's sake because I'm kind of old school. But it was a very good turnout. Monica did her thing. Tamar Braxton did her thing.
Ooh, all of them.
Did you go?
No, but I heard about it.
Yeah. Tiny's daughter opened, and Zonique, yes.
Zonique.
And Kelly's group, what's her group's name? It's at the tip of my tongue. They're good too. Kelly Rowland, she has a group.
Oh, was that from
they
that
opened
reality show that she
yes,
did?
and they are bad. I'll find the name before the end of the show, because I gotta give them a shout out. Them girls can blow. But it was a beautiful thing. And anytime there's a concert that comes in town, I try to support it. I don't really go to clubs much, but music is my thing. Trick Daddy came out.
I heard.
Trina came out to represent for Miami.
Woo!
I believe, what's her name? Mona Scott is Escape's manager, so I think she was backstage. So it was good. It was a very good turnout, considering it was a Tuesday night. It was pretty cool.
It was crowded in Miami.
It was packed. It was,
this whole week.
It was beautiful. Like, women were dressed to the T. It was all love. Like, it was good. When I see stuff like that, it gives me goosebumps. It makes me feel good. Miami represented, and there was no violence, no fighting. It was all love. Lots of dancing, singing. It was great. And so that's pretty much it. Only other thing I jotted down to talk about before we bring our beautiful guests to the mic. Christmas tree shopping.
Yeah, I did Christmas tree shopping too.
Yeah, that's what everybody should be doing.
I don't normally do it though. I normally let whoever just bring the tree. I don't want to decorate. I know it's kind of, I love the holiday. I don't like the work component to the holiday. Like, let someone else put up the lights and decorate trees and do all that stuff. Just give me 2 balls.
You gotta put your specialty in there.
And just boop, boop,
that's
it.
Some childhood. That's some childhood stuff she carrying that she ain't letting go of.
I'm carrying some baggage. But I love the end result. I love looking at the lights. I love the season. I love that, for those that know me, knows that I will be watching Charlie Brown's Christmas.
When does that come on anyway? I'm geeked. I want to see it.
I know it comes on Christmas Day, but now that we're in the Fire Stick and, Netflix and all of that, you can find the movie. You can find them on there. I know. I do. Listen, I'm watching Charlie Brown shows from Halloween on. Because it's Charlie Brown's Halloween. I think there is a Thanksgiving. Now we're in Christmas. I have a little collection of Charlie Brown
That's what's
videos.
up. I mean, Christmas is like my favorite.
I love it. Christmas
holiday.
Story.
It's my favorite.
I love Christmas Story.
It ain't an easy holiday for me, but I have to decorate. I have to, I went to a store today. I'm not going to say the store. And they have all these little cute and cool, different kind of hot chocolates. Like I got like a French vanilla hot chocolate. And
Really?
I just had this vision of Jay and I just sitting around the tree. And I don't know if this is going to happen, but sitting around the tree with a hot chocolate. And I'm going to make cookies.
Ooh.
And it's cold outside.
I like it.
And
it's cold.
And the blanket.
And the blankets. And maybe watch some cartoons, some Charlie Brown.
Yeah. I love the holidays. The other part of it I want to acknowledge is that it seems as though this time of year people are dying. And, I just want to say my condolences to some of my friends that's lost family members during the holiday. I've seen, I want to say, close to 10 people on my Facebook timeline that have lost lives, and it's so gut wrenching. I mean, one was an 18-year-old someone's son that passed away from cancer. And as a breast cancer survivor myself, when I see stories like that, again, it reminds me why I continue to advocate and talk about it, because it encourages others, and it reminds me to keep fighting, because even though you're in remission, it's like you're always in remission, and there's always a chance of it returning. I've actually had one recurrence already. Praying for no more. But when I hear things like that, it puts a little bit of a damper on what can be a really wonderful time of year. And actually two people that I know by way of Facebook friends and real friends, relatives have passed away from cancer.
And at the same time, I know there's a lot of people like me that have lost their parents or significant other or someone very, very close to you in previous years. And so the holidays, I know sometimes it's hard for me, which is another reason why I have to kind of like force myself to decorate and get into the season. And also remember that at the end of the day, who Christmas is really about. I always say Christmas. So to reflect on Jesus Christ and his grace and his mercy. For that reason alone, even if you don't want to decorate, I mean, you can't help but love the holiday.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I lost my grandmother just 2 weeks ago.
I
back.
saw your picture. And I love how y'all celebrated.
It's fine. We celebrated. I promise you, everyone said it was the best funeral ever. And I don't think anyone says anything.
No, it was.
Like
I saw
that,
the pictures.
But it was awesome. The grandchildren planned the whole funeral while the children
awesome.
sat. So it was a complete celebration.
Even though people pass,
you should celebrate.
Remember that they're at peace now. We're the ones who still have to
deal with this mess.
Exactly. So
with the lovely.
But it's awesome to see it that way.
But now, yes, let's bring it back up. Because even the holiday time, it's the first week of December, and what has been happening for like the last, I don't know how many years, maybe over 10. I'll just give a roundabout. Art Basel.
I actually have the history. I pulled up the history. So before I introduce our beautiful guest, which you've heard her voice, Art Basel or Art Basel. I always pronounce it incorrectly.
Art Basel.
Art
that way.
Basel. Started in 1970 by Basel gallerist Ernest Baylor, Trudy Bruckner, and Bowes Hilt. The UBS is the lead partner of the Art Basel in Basel since 1994. The lead partner of the Art Basel in Miami Beach since its inception in 2002. And the lead partner of Art Basel in Hong Kong since its inception in 2013. So this is something that exists in other parts of the world.
It's an international
It's an international festival. For those of you that have not been to South Florida, it seems like every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place in what we call Wynwood. And I'm going to let our guests tell you a little bit about what our Art Basel has done for her. I'll just say it's a great platform for creative minds and creative artists. And so,
yeah, and let me acknowledge this. It wasn't always as, I guess, diverse.
yes.
In the last few years, they've kind of honed in on supporting minority and Caribbean artists, along with Art Africa Miami. There's Prism, there's Art Beat Miami, there's Soul Basel, there's Yeline, there's a Haitian Heritage Museum, and Now or Never Art Fair, and a number of Black artists are on exhibit at satellite fairs, including Spectra Miami, Young Arts, and Pulse. So with all of that being said, we will allow our guest, finally,
Alfrena, Moosa,
to introduce herself to you all, and we'll allow you to take it away.
Hello, my lovely people. I am Alfrena, and I've been doing Art Basel for the last 3 years. I'm new to it, but it's still great. The experience is always on a high. My first year, of course, didn't know what to do. I just added myself to everyone's show, but it was great networking too as well. And of course, you run into celebrities. That's how big it is. Mm-hmm. Every year, you will run into somebody just walking on the streets of Wynwood or even South Beach. Everywhere in Miami, Art Basel will take place everywhere. But it's great. It started a platform of me getting to know different people. And of course, now I have increased with, followers that support me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Well, tell us, what type of art do you actually do?
Every time that question gets asked, I say I do everything. I do everything, and I love doing everything. I am capable of doing photography. I do sculptures. I do paintings, but what I show most of all is the paintings that I do. My work is actually surrealism. I love to mix abstract and realism together to combine a masterpiece.
And they are masterpieces. Yeah, she has some really nice stuff.
Thank you.
Well, I don't think that I've seen it. Do you have like a certain theme with with that piece of the art, and is that actually displayed? Do you have any showings at Art Basel this year?
I did, but only one. I didn't go to too much. I was busy networking, okay? I have an event coming up next week. I could not stand still, but with the artwork, a theme that I usually go with, I have a love for music. I was born with that gift of singing, but no one knows that. Only the church folk know that. But no, I do love singing, so I always try to combine the two together, and I've been doing that since high school. If you see my high school work, you will see the music in there some type of way. And the recent pieces, of course, you see the Tupac, and you see a Lauryn Hill, and all of those pieces. I love music. I love music. It's a positive feedback, and it is my therapy. It is my therapy.
I saw the piece you did for CeeLo, and then you actually that was at the Overtown Music Festival.
Yes.
And he saw the picture.
Boy, that day. When I tell you the whole festival supported me with getting that piece up there to CeeLo.
Oh,
they all, awesome. I promise you, they took the piece out of my hand, took it over their heads. It went like a crowd to the front. The crowd just pushed it towards to the front, and it came back around.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. And then I went inside. We met each other. Everyone loved the piece. They took pictures, and of course, they didn't think it was a female that did the piece. But I'm used to that. I'm used to that, though. I've been dealing with that since middle school.
I'm sure.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
And take it as one.
That is a compliment. So thankful. I'm thankful for that. But Overtown Festival as well is an amazing platform for African American artists as well. And I'm happy that they opened up their grounds too. For me, this is my second year being involved in that, as well as second year with Jazz in the Garden.
Oh, so, awesome.
Thankful for all of them for helping me out completely.
Well, and you mentioned earlier that you've been doing this since middle school. Now, are you a South Florida girl?
I surely am. I will give kudos to Northern Middle.
I went to Northern Middle, my sixth grade.
I will give the kudos to Northern Middle, because if your base wasn't molded correctly, you can't go too far. But with those teachers, I will shout out her name. Miss Atkinson was hard on me. She only made me get an A in her class, and that's it. But that was amazing, because I always was advanced while going forward in art in high school and in college.
I'll share this quick story, is that I think from the third grade I started as a part of the expressive arts program, and I was in the art piece. And again, it's like one, maybe three girls in those programs.
It is.
It's like, I mean,
those guys are tough on you.
They
They're
are.
Like, what do you think this is? You just coming into this program. They're like, the guys run it. I was like, all right, I'm going to show them.
It's an all boys thing, and as a matter of fact, I was in an art program that my area was at Rainbow Park, and I want to say a significant
I was in that
piece, and it was 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and so by the time you would go into 6th grade, we would be matriculating into Norland Middle, but I didn't want to leave my friends, nor did I want to get dirty.
Oh, you would.
And so I stopped.
I
probably would have.
My 6th grade year.
I probably would have. That's probably one of the things that I was like, darn it, maybe if I had continued up that echelon, I would be a really good artist now. I've lost it. I mean, I do little sketches here and there,
you
but
still got it.
You know, it's there deep.
Yes, the artist will never lose their touch.
Dark and deep. Well, that's why we're still, we're doing this creative and other things. But I just wanted to share that, not to take away from anything.
Northern crew, huh?
Yes.
Oh man. And so, where did you end up going to Master Academy, or?
I got accepted to New World, to all of those schools, but of course I am the youngest of my family, so my mother told me, you're going to stay right here and go to Crop. So, so I did go to Crop.
Okay. Okay, and how was the program? There was.
That's what she said. That's it.
Oh, got it. Understood.
Don't leave that there.
Understood.
Kudos to Northern Middle. That's
Listen, I think if I would have hung on and did that, I would have been, it would have kept it moving. So that's awesome. Is there? So you were doing some things this weekend. So tell us about what did you actually do during Art Basel? And because today is the last day, right?
Yeah, today's the last day.
Yes.
She was networking.
I am resting after all this networking and doing all this artwork too as well. Wednesday night I did go to the opening of Red Dot, the biggest museum or gallery you could ever see. Amazing artwork in there, and of course that was like a playground for me that night. But I did go out in a creative mode. My clothes was completely painted on. I was ready to network completely. Like, when you saw her, oh, she's an artist. So
is the Red Dot the big white pavilion or tents that they have? Okay, yes. I went I think for the first time maybe last year.
It was very huge. I promise you'll get tired of walking in there. Like, it was completely huge. Then Thursday night I was in the gardens in Wynwood. I was showing my artwork there. And then Friday I took a rest. That's pretty much how it went. But it was a lot of networking and also just introducing people to me and my style, and just me as a female visual artist, just to let that settle into people's minds, to come out and let that just, inspire you to come out and support me.
That's
next
awesome.
week.
Great.
Yeah.
So next week, You have.
Next week, dun, 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 dun. Next week is Art Bash. Please, everyone come out. This is not your normal art show. I know everyone here art show and they're like, oh no, it's boring. No, I do not make art shows boring because I'm passionate about everything that I do. I'm passionate also about what I hear. So I need to make sure, just like my piece alone needs to speak to you, that that person that's on the microphone needs to speak to me too as well. So we will have poets and singers. A jazz singer, just say, will be in the building. I have a male rapper that's coming in. I have some of our local artists. A lot of them are coming to support me, and I appreciate it so much. One of my favorite poets, and I support him all the time, is Rudy Jumbart. He will be there. This is his 3rd year being with me. This is my 3rd annual art show, so I'm excited about that. And this year, I am sharing my platform with 9 other artists.
Well, that's cool.
So wonderful. I am not afraid to support another artist at all. So it will start at 8:30. It's December 16th, Saturday at 8:30 p.m. until the party is done, because we will have a DJ in the building as well. There will be live art being done on canvases as well as on bodies, on models.
I like that.
And I also told my artists, be prepared, because I want you guys to experience it too. So there will be face painting. If you request it, make your request known to the artist. They are there to do what you want. House of Wings will be supporting me too as well, and coming out and selling those tasty wings that you like to eat. All of that will be going on. We have 6 vendors that will be there. Creative vendors in every platform. And of course, I believe that I will be your host for the night. So just bear with me, of course. But I might sing for you. Maybe I might sing for you. But definitely, to anyone who brings 4 guests or more will get a live sketch of themselves.
Oh, great.
On the spot by your one and only Alfrena Moosa. So next week, Art Bash, December 16th at the Hub in Fort Lauderdale. That's where it will be.
Oh, great. So, yeah, I probably will not be in town next weekend, but I am. I know. Listen, I didn't even make it to Art Basel anything. I was just feeling a little
That's on a
tired.
Friday or Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay. I picked the poppin' night. That's the night I picked. So, no, everything is wide open. It will be great. The space is a great space. They're totally supporting me too as well. So there will be a lot of art pieces on the wall and a lot of artists in the building. Do you have a website if people wanted to go and purchase any of your art? You can go on Eventbrite and put in Art Bash, and the event will pop right up. I made the tickets. The tickets are only $10. Only $10.
Only $10.
So you can bring your cousin, your mama, your friend. Everyone you can think of, you can bring them, because there will be something for everyone there. It is a family-friendly event, too, as well. Now, I can't promise you that after 10 or 11 o'clock. I can't promise that to you, because it is a party. It's an art bash. It is not your normal art gallery show. Not at all. So, and what I wanted to also find out is that do you have art that you actually sell through your own personal website or business website, or your focus right now are these pop-up events? Anything you want, I will make your wish come true. So I work during the day, but that is my other love. So definitely that's my other child. You make your request known. Commission works. It's always being done. I just 2 weeks ago, even though in all the ruckus, I had to do 2 murals in 4 days. So, hey, it happened.
She's good, though.
It happened, and I'm so thankful for it. I have that strong adrenaline. It will happen. And I will say that because God is over everything. That's why I said I'm not stressing. I'm busy, but I'm not stressing. Good. But we have the address for you. It is 826 Northeast 4th Avenue. That's Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33304, and that's the hub. Even when you put in the hub in the GPS, it will show up for you. So definitely I will see you there at 8 p.m.
Oh, and give them your website.
And my website is alfrenamoosa.com. That's just my name. And that's for everything. You can find me just by typing in my name, Alfrena Moosa, on social media as well.
Awesome. So
I'm going to try to make it. This is my anniversary weekend, so coming up. So
yeah,
I have to check
you guys should get your face painted the same.
I got it. I reached out to you. I got something I want you to do for me.
Okay, so. All right. Amen. We got something already.
Yeah, I've been saying I kind of want to have it for Christmas, so we gonna talk.
Yeah, I have a couple of ideas of things that I would like.
I do everything, so
great.
Call me on board. Call me on board. I will not say no. I'm a hard worker. So
we appreciate you. And awesome. You know, I mean, we could probably continue on and on and on, but we are almost out of time. So now we're going to sit back and allow you another round to promote every and anything that you have that you'd like to share.
Sure. So again, Art Bash is next week, Saturday. Please come out and support me like I support you. So the address is 826 Northeast 4th Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 33304. We will have everyone in the building, from great artists to great vendors to great poets to great rappers. Everyone will be there. And also, too, one of our vendors that will be there is Only L Boutique. He has amazing jewelry. I wear it all the time. When you go on my social media, you will see it. That's probably the only jewelry I pretty much wear. Just us supporting each other.
That's what it's about.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. So, like I said, please come out. Any piece you choose, you never know. You might get a discount. It might be Black Saturday for you on that date. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to come out and get yourself drawn. Just loosen up. That's the night to loosen up and be artsy. So I want everyone to come out and be sexy artsy. That's just for you that night. Thank you.
And again, this is Girl What, and this is what we do on this platform. We search and welcome local talent, local entrepreneurs that we can feature. And again, like Alfrena said, we're here to try to support each other despite all the craziness that's going on in the world. This is how we get through. This is how we get, make a positive out of a negative.
Yes.
And so if you're interested in being featured, hit us up, girlwhatmm@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We're growing, and this is what we do.
Yes.
I mean, again, thank you so much for taking the time to come on our little podcast, our little engine that could. We're building, and, in order for us to build, we have to continue to support one another.
But your process will be great.
And the process is what it is.
Yes.
And we're learning and growing. We're not just dealing with, identifying local talents. We have folks that represent Miami all over the world, and you don't have to be here for us to connect to you. We're encouraging all of our friends and family all over the world that are doing great things, representing South Florida, to come onto the show. You can call us up, you can connect to us online, and we're available to you. So and we
also are entrepreneurs.
And we are entrepreneurs in our own rights. I do political consulting. I'm also a speaker for breast cancer and women's empowerment.
And I do interior decorating. You can hit me up on Shin Chic Decor.
Yes, a lot of creativity in the building.
As well as my tutoring company for the kids. And we have like 35 seconds left.
So as we conclude, we want to remind you, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Girl What. We're also on iTunes and iHeartRadio. And
Google Play. Colossians 1:16, for in him all things were created, through him and for him. And on that note, and I kind of paraphrased the verse because we have 13 seconds. You have now been listening and tuned into
Girl.
What?